How low can it go? Hi, this is Dean Jenkins with FollowMeTrades.com, and this is the market update for the week coming up of May 22nd, 2017. And I say how low can it go, and I spell that L-O-W-E because Lowe's is going to be reporting earnings this week, and that may be a pretty big deal. So this is a website I like. It's earningswhisper.com, and it does a really good, nice job of telling you when earnings are coming out for various companies and showing some expectations. So Lowe's reports earnings on Wednesday, the 24th, but before the market opens, and expectations are just off the chart. Expectations are for 23% growth in quarterly earnings, 11.6% in quarterly revenue. Now, Home Depot reported last week, and they exceeded earnings and revenue, and the stock's down since then. So Lowe's is going to have to really pull off something remarkable here to get some new highs in the market. And you know, Lowe's is a big company, probably the biggest company reporting as we wrap up this quarterly earnings season. But also in looking at the S&P 500, for about 3 weeks it was in a very narrow channel. I've drawn these horizontal lines to mark the upper and lower boundaries of the channel that it was in. And then last week, of course, news out of the White House caused a pretty big drop. We've reversed up, gained some of that back, but it looks like it is poised to pull back. Let's go down to a smaller time frame for just a minute. So this is the S&P 500 futures on a 60-minute chart. And I was part of a discussion panel last week, where we were asked to predict whether the S&P 500 would close lower from Monday's open to Friday's close or higher. And out of a panel of 5, I was the only one who said lower. And lo and behold, here's Monday's open right about here. Here's Friday's close right about here. So it did close lower. Now, I don't have a crystal ball, but I do have technical analysis tools, and here's what I saw. I saw that the S&P had been in an awful channel for quite some time, and I saw the market then starting to put in some low, lower high, new low, right, heading into the open. And so it looked to me like we were poised to break down out of this channel, and in fact, of course we did. Again, it got some of it back, but when I look at this pattern, and let me show you a Fibonacci retracement on this. So I'll go ahead and take these lines off so I don't get too many things going on the chart here. But if we look at a typical Fibonacci retracement from the high to the low, the expected retracements between these blue lines, and it's okay if it goes above it as long as it stays below this 76.4 line. So we had this impulsive move last week. We've had a retracement to it, but the momentum is to the downside and we're heading back down. So the probability here is, at least in the short term, that this is going to extend now, if I use Fibonacci extensions, down into a region looking like this down here. So that's not dramatic yet, but so that's my prediction for the upcoming week. I like the 60-minute chart to predict the week ahead, and it looks to me like we got pretty significant down move, a retracement to it, and then more lows to come. But it could be all up to Lowe's, right? And of course, to breaking news. The president's on his first foreign trip, inking big deals with Saudi Arabia right now. So we'll see how it goes. Breaking news can definitely change things in the short term, but the technical analysis right now shows some more lows to come, at least in the short term. And that's also supported here on the daily chart for the S&P 500. Now, for real downturn to come, we got to break through the Ichimoku cloud, and if we do, we'll be taking out some other serious lows here, and we could have a larger downtrend starting. Conversely, good news coming out, we could break through the upper boundary of this previous channel and go put in some new highs. I think the probability is to the downside right now, though. Meanwhile, what about gold? Here's the gold futures contract on a daily interval, and I really like the recovery in gold that I've been talking about. It's been taking a while to get going, but if we look at the big moves on gold, we got a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Expectation is for yet another higher high here on gold. We're a little bit bearish right now, but this is the pattern I see, and I'm expecting more highs to come in gold. And if you're a shorter term trader, here is gold on a 10-minute chart. So this is pretty fast. Area price bar here, of course, equals 10 minutes. We have a beautiful pattern setting up here on gold where we've had a impulsive move up, a perfect correction down into the expected Fibonacci retracement zone, and now the next leg up, the extension of this move, getting really clear. So we're looking at gold to get above 1276 up to about 1294, somewhere between these two green lines in here. And again, this could happen next week, and particularly if the S&P is heading down, good chance that gold's going to continue heading up. So we're looking for that. Last thing to look at here is oil, crude oil. This is the crude oil futures daily chart. Now the pattern here is for lower lows, lower highs. Now we've had quite a rally over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. But if you look, the big pattern here is low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So far, got some real resistance up here at the Ichimoku cloud. So I'm not convinced that an oil rally is underway just yet. The analysis shows probably a reversal and more lows to come on oil. But oil can trick you, so be careful trading oil. But that's what it shows. That's the reality in front of us right now. Well, that's it for this week. Looking again for probably a reversal in oil down, looking for gold to go up and the S&P 500 to be down. Again, breaking news, earnings, all these kind of things can play into it. We just got to deal with what's in front of us right now, and that's how the picture looks. Thanks for watching this update, and I look forward to giving next week when we have more information. And if anything changes dramatically, of course, I'll send an update before then. Please post your comments. I try to respond to everyone, and it's fun to hear, even if you disagree, why you disagree. Have a good, vibrant discussion about it all. Hey, trade safe, use risk control, and we'll catch you.